Ben, no getting away from it. It was a difficult result at the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. A really, really tough week, in all honesty, for everybody involved. And but there's only one direction to go, and it's to continue forwards. There'll be no use sort of dwelling on it. We try and learn from it and improve for the next game, and prepare the players with like an energy and a game plan that they can succeed with.
2 difficult games in quick succession, but you've got a few fresh faces, hopefully maybe coming back into contention for the weekend.
Yeah, a few boys, Joe White, Callum Hendry and Travis back training, so it's been good to have them back on the training ground. They've got brilliant energy and big smiles and stuff, and they obviously weren't part of the 3 games throughout the week, which are obviously very tough, so it's always nice to have guys back in training with a bit of a bounce and a bit of a spring in their step, which they definitely brought.
For you and your staff preparing for Gillingham, I know the manager search is ongoing, maybe wrapping up fairly soon, but just preparing for the weekend as best you can.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's been the remit all along. Really, is like we know the club have obviously got a job to do, and I believe it's getting a little bit closer to its conclusion, which will be really good for the club and for the players. But all we can do is try and prepare for the weekend. Obviously, Gillingham with a new manager, and they've drawn 6 on a bounce, I think. So he's clearly like gone in and stabilised the losses, and they've got some really good players. Like watching them, they've definitely got some really good players and a real clear way of doing it now. So it's going to be a tough test. It's always a really tough place to go, Gillingham. So as usual, we try to prepare the players and try and get them in the right mindset with the right energy to go and stand up to what will be a really tough one.
Yeah, absolutely a tough place to go, and in Gareth Ainsworth, a manager that we've come across a fair bit over the years, someone that knows the lower leagues very well. Yeah,
I think so. His record generally speaks for itself, and he's been an incredible manager, and what he done at Wycombe was very special. I know a few lads that were a part of that, and they all speak so highly of him. So I'm sure he'll be starting to put his work in at Gillingham and get his ideas and his ways across, which will help them a lot. But we have our own journey to go on, and we need to try and get things right for Saturday, and obviously like bounce back really with a positive result.
Absolutely. Speaking of journeys, one that's coming to an end. I know you spoke a little bit to Toby Lock already, but just a chance to reflect on Dean Lewington and the significant news on Monday. But what was quite nice was seeing the footballing world react, and hopefully he got the plaudits that he deserves. Yeah,
I'm not sure how comfortable he'd have been with it all, as you know the skipper, but no, like an incredibly unique human being and special person, and his achievement is beyond something my brain can even comprehend. Like we were just joking outside. I said I don't even think I could get through 915 warm-ups, let alone 915 games. So special, and I hope that he can enjoy the last moments out on the grass with the players, and obviously be involved in some moments with the team. And when the time's right, he can look back and reflect and be so proud of everything he achieved.
He's someone that you've known for a little while now. When you first signed for the club a few years ago, what did you know of Dean beforehand, and did he live up to those expectations, I suppose?
Just from playing against him, he was like a bit of a pain in the backside, really, because there was always this feeling that you could try and go and get at him and take him on, and it just never. There's a funny story that I'll keep private, but like no one wanted to play against him. No one wanted to be on his side of the pitch because you knew you were going to get kicked. So, now, like I say, special person, special character, and a really special footballer that the club can be so proud of.
Exactly that, and I think it's really nice and appropriate that the final home game of the season against Grimsby will be Dean Lewington Day, and then there'll be an evening with Dean Lewington, a bit of a party with friends and family as well. You know, only fitting really for a player of his stature at this club.
Yeah, I think so. It's the least he deserves, right? So I'm sure it'll be a special occasion. Hopefully, there'll be loads of fans here to celebrate him and his career, and the evening will be a really nice touch as well. But definitely we need to push for the statue at the front to make him super uncomfortable.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Top man.